Who here has a lot of experience in something you're passionate about? It could be a hobby, a skill, anything that took time and effort to become proficient at. Of course, pretty much all of you have. Now, I want you to think about the journey you took to get all of that experience you have. The odds are it wasn't easy. There might have been a few setbacks, moments where you were discouraged, thinking, I'm not going to quit. So you know that dedication is really hard. But there were probably some helpful resources that you used to make it a little easier along the way. Maybe you had a teacher to guide you, or some YouTube videos, some tool of some kind, a partner, anything. Those things were there to help motivate and push you to accomplish your goals. And the right tools to help you, and if you have the right tools to help you, it gets a lot easier. This is true with running too. And let's not forget the reason anyone works hard for anything. It's for the reward. And there are a lot of rewarding reasons to run. I think that the ultimate reward is the incredible physical health benefits that can be completely life-changing. My name's Aiden. I've been a cross-country and track athlete for 5 years, and I'd like to talk to you about how consistent and conservative running through the use of motivational resources such as calculated training plans and recovery techniques can offer these numerous health benefits. Let me start by talking about some of these health benefits. Richard Veal, who's an exercise physiologist and certified diabetes educator, wrote an article dedicated to them. Believe it or not, there is an essential type of cholesterol in the body called high-density lipoprotein, or HDL for short. It helps remove the bad types of cholesterol that contribute to clogging arteries, which can then lead to high blood pressure, heart disease, cardiovascular disease, strokes, and so many other horrible life-threatening diseases. Want to hear something amazing? Veal says a study showed that long-distance runners running more than 50 miles per week had nearly a 50% reduction in high blood pressure and more than a 50% reduction in medications used to treat high blood pressure. The reason why so many distance runners can live healthy lives with ideal blood pressure is because that constant cardio exercise forces the heart to beat and pump blood at higher rates to deliver more oxygen to the muscles. That constant exertion of the heart muscles strengthens it so it doesn't have to apply as much force to push blood through the arteries. So running, or any form of cardio, can be one of the best defenses to these extremely common and deadly health issues. Now you might be thinking that running 50 miles per week is a little out of your reach right now, but that is why you can work to get closer to that point. Even with less exercise, like 10 miles per week, for example, you can still have these benefits just at lower rates. And then there's the typical reason why people start exercising, which is to lose weight. Running is a great way to burn calories, especially when a person is faster. Healthline.com says that on average, people burn 100 calories per mile. As a runner becomes more fit, they're able to run more miles in less time, which also means they can burn more calories in less time. If your goal is to lose weight, you will have to burn more calories than you consume each day. You can easily track the amount of calories you burn with any running watch. So again, based on how much exercise you have in a day, you will be able to eat more food and still be able to lose weight. And everyone loves eating. So the question is, how do you run consistently to the point where you're effectively gaining these health benefits? This is where the training plan comes in, and it totally makes sense. It's like following a daily planner. You're lining your tasks up ahead of time so that you know whether you're on track to completing your goals or not. You might not even know exactly what goal you're working towards if you don't establish it first. A great thing about running plans is that you don't even need to know how to make one yourself, because professionals have already designed and published plans with runners with any fitness level or goal, especially for beginners. So like I said before, you pick a training plan online. When you pick a training plan online, be sure that it's realistic to your fitness as a runner now and matches your goal for what distance you want to run. I have a packet to hand out to each of you that includes a couple of different training plans. The first one is a beginner training plan, and the second is an intermediate training plan. Here is the beginner training plan. And then here is the intermediate training plan. Can you guys spot the differences between the training plans? One thing you might have noticed is how the beginner training plan is the only one where you switch between walking and running. This is important for a couple reasons. One is that you can tell that this is designed for someone who can't run a full 5K without walking. If you can run longer than this, you know you need to find a better plan. So maybe you would decide to move up to the intermediate plan because it doesn't involve walking. The other reason is that if a runner can't run a full 5K or whatever distance they're training for, walking in intervals is a good way to cover more distance with less fatigue. Pushing too hard too early in training causes injury, and we'll talk about that more in a minute. Overall, try to stick to any plan you choose as much as possible because it will guide you literally step by step to reach your goal distance. The plans I gave you are from runnersworld.com, created by Hal Higdon, who is an 8-time U.S. Olympic trials qualifier. There's also links to other credible training plan websites with detailed instructions on how to follow them at the bottom of the first page of your packets. Okay, so this might sound really obvious, but it's harder to follow a fitness plan if you're feeling achy or sore or you're injured. Any injury is going to set you back in training, which could hurt your motivation to continue running. And if your muscles are sore, you can still run, but you're just not going to have as much fun. Unfortunately, running injuries are more than a little common, but there are a lot of great tools and techniques to help avoid them, along with avoiding tight and sore muscles. The first tool is called a foam roller. According to Harvard Health, foam rolling loosens tight areas of the muscles and improves blood circulation through them. This can help the body get ready for a workout, or it can help roll out and recover tight muscles afterwards. Here is a foam roller, and there are a bunch of different examples I have in the packet of different exercises. You see, this one is calf exercises. This one is back exercises. Here's one for hamstrings. Here is for outer thigh. And notice how on all of these, the person is putting their full body weight on their muscle in order to roll it out. The next tool is a heat pack, and you probably already know what that is. Heat is the roller's best friend. It can be used to relax and loosen muscles, which makes it easier to roll out. And here's one right here. You would apply the heat pack on for like 10 to 15 minutes before you then rolled it out to loosen up your muscle before rolling it out, so that it would loosen up easier. Finally, the best form of injury prevention by far is rest. Your training plan should have built-in rest days frequently throughout the week where you can either do nothing or you can do cross-training, which is any low-impact form of exercise that isn't running, like cycling, swimming, or aerobic machines. If there is ever any kind of growing pain, it's important to take off time and allow the area to heal before it gets worse. You can do cross-training during your time off to maintain your fitness. Staying motivated on your journey, especially after dealing with hardships like injury and other disappointments, is never easy to overcome by yourself. So why should you have to? Back in high school, I strained my hip flexor muscle 3 years in a row and had to sit out for the end of my track season each time. I felt so frustrated and hopeless because I thought that the injury would never stop coming back. I considered quitting running many times because of this. But one thing always convinced me to stay, and that was my teammates. No matter what happened to me, I knew I would still have them. Knowing that this was more than enough to push me to keep coming back every year. They were like my second family. Because of them, I get to experience this great opportunity of competing at a college level for UMSL and to continue improving my fitness. For me, a supportive and competitive community of people to run with was the greatest resource I've ever had on my journey. You can easily find a community for you online. The Roadrunners Club of America provides a list of running communities for each state, so you can find one no matter where you go. There's a link and to it in the back of the packet. So yes, dedication to anything is hard and can have plenty of setbacks. First, you have to find the inspiration to just start doing the thing. And then to top it off, even though you might not be great at what you're doing, you have to maintain that drive for a long time and push through any setbacks you might have. For running in particular, most people are inspired at first by the vast physical health benefits. There can be many setbacks, but there are also plenty of resources to help you take on each one. The frustrating part is finding the right motivation because everyone finds it differently. There's no single method to success and reward that will work for every person, but that's why it's important to seek out as many resources as possible to help you on your journey.